Suspect or who is the Chicago?
I know who you're talking about. I don't
He
remember
gets
the
banned
tag.
on and off.
Yeah, I don't remember the tag. I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I'm blanking on what his tag is.
But he has been
really,
like,
really good
high
Kazuya
on,
player as well.
He's been really high on the Chicago PR too,
Yes,
like top
yes.
5, top 3.
Top 5, yeah. You know, on the flip side, it's just where do you get top level Ness experience if you're Mistral?
Especially in the Midwest. Like,
yeah.
The only one is the ATATA, right?
Yeah, he's probably the best. He's got to be the best Ness in the U.S. at this point.
I would assume.
Because Sen isn't really, you know, competing as often anymore. ATATA even beat Gak in the Ness Ditto, which Gak, you know, isn't quite at the peaks that he was before, but still absolutely no one to sneeze at. So I'm curious to see how this one goes. I want to see what kind of game plan Mistral comes into this set, because when Suspect took ATATA to Game 5, I don't think he quite won, but it was really close at the Works last year. He played a very center gameplay. Like, he took him to Smashville and just stayed under the platform so he couldn't get reversal at the ledge by ATATA.
That makes sense. And as someone who's played ATATA a couple times, actually. Ooh, good down smash there from Mistral. I do know he's extremely comfortable with these dual platform layouts, showing, like, we saw it very early on with those double jump cancel PK fires, especially towards the center stage. He loves just holding down that center stage, but from the platform. It's a really interesting playstyle that I haven't really seen a lot of other Nesses duplicate.
The one thing that we're really going to be watching out for in this set is just the advantage state of Kazuya, where if he gets stuck above Ness, he takes a lot of percent. He's going to be eating a lot of up airs, trying to battle his way down with down airs. He's also going to be eating a lot of PK Thunders. He's also going to be eating a lot of yo-yos at the ledge. So even though Mistral got to such a strong start, it's dead even once again.
It's sort of akin to, like, Kazuya versus Mr. Game & Watch. I'm going to throw my I Play Mr. Game & Watch card in right now, where when Kazuya gets his hands on the little boy, it's really hard for Ness to... Okay. When Kazuya gets his hands on Ness, sorry, it's really hard for Ness to escape. Because he has like that weird double jump, he has like the slow aerials, he has a lot of aerial drift, but it's hard for Ness to escape the combo. However, it's really hard for Kazuya to get in neutral, and so if Ness can just keep Kazuya above him, like you were mentioning, it's hard. That's the place where Ness is going to excel in this matchup. We're seeing that right now from ATATA.
ATATA doing a really good job of utilizing the platforms just to get combos safely started with those PK fires in order to convert to push Mistral off stage and take that stock. So being able to,
Oh, I guess we used all our resources.
And I guess Mistral didn't realize it until after the fact either. He must have air dodged and used jump and was just in a spot he couldn't make it back from.
I guess.
What a sudden end to that game 1.
Yeah, like, that's just kind of how the matchup goes, where Ness can keep Kazuya in disadvantage for these long, extended periods of time. But as soon as Kazuya gets that one hit, that one opening, I expect stocks to be flying on the Ness side, at least.
And if there's one player who's going to make it really hard to get those openings, it's going to be against ATATA, who's played this matchup so many times against great Kazuyas, where he knows how to play that defensive game to play around him. And we are going to make our way over to Hollow Bastion, similar to what I was talking about. I'm curious to see if Mistral executes that game plan of just holding center to avoid interacting with ATATA as much.
Yeah, I played a set here one time against a Palutena player where he told me after the set, like, my plan was just get under the platform and say, get out of my house. And I feel like that's going to be what Mistral is doing here, where he's going to be under that platform and just trying to keep Ness out of his house, if you will.
Ness will be trying to land above him with a lot of down airs. Kazuya will be just sharking underneath with a lot of up airs. But if you can get an electric wing god fist in the right combo starter on the side where there's no escape, there's no platform to retreat to, that could be the winning ticket for Mistral.
Yeah, and right now, like, again, utilizing that platform as kind of a defensive tool does Mistral. Ness is having a really hard time landing on Kazuya, at least. Ooh, that's... Yeah, it's going to be used up, right? Yeah.
Okay. The yo-yo didn't quite do the job, but it did enough.
I mean, that's the second time we've seen the yo-yo do that specific thing. So I guess that is the job, right?
That's the Friday before Christmas, where you technically were there to work your job, but you didn't actually do anything.
Like a kid on Halloween in school.
Yeah. You went up, you said trick-or-treat, and that's all you had to do.
Yeah. Ooh,
and this is quickly becoming a nightmare for Mistral in this set. Whereas as we're talking about clocking in and clocking out, ATATA is completely locked in, and this could be another early stop, but Hollow Bastion going to betray him there on the recovery.
I can't believe he was able to get 2 PK Thunder recoveries there after he hit Kazuya with the first one. This ATATA is so good at recovering with Ness. It's insane.
Very much the call an ambulance, but not for me when it comes to being off stage with this character. He knows the right angles to recover at where it makes it difficult to interrupt. And more often than not, he's going to be making it back at your detriment, not his.
Yeah, and again, all this percent is just gravy right now for ATATA as he has. Oh, third
How many times did he get an
time.
SD, man? The buffer system has not been his friend.
It's hard for anyone to recover against Ness, but for Kazuya specifically, it seems extremely difficult.
It's miserable, yeah. Because you go high and you eat a back air. You go low, you eat a yo-yo. You have to basically fend Ness off with a laser and make him reposition as you try to get back to the ledge. Because once you get off stage, you're in a tough spot, which is why, again, Kazuya's game plan should just be to hold center and not be put off stage.
You hovered Sephiroth for a second, and I was a little scared, but we are going back to the Kazuya for game number 3 here. And once again, ATATA, 1 game away from winner's side top 8. Mistral looking to make sure that does not happen.
And it really is going to come down to trying to hold center more effectively, because being on the ledge has been nothing but a detriment for him throughout this set. It's going to be a detriment for anyone in any set, but he has just not been able to find his way back to stage once he's been put in the corner.
Ooh, tries for another PK rocket there. Does ATATA not going to find it quite with that up B. However, is able to keep Mistral in a disadvantageous position, and this could be a stock actually. No, not going to find it.
Really great air dodge coming out from ATATA just to get as far away out of that position as possible, using the most out of Ness's really long air dodge. And he just continues to minimize his disadvantage and maximize his advantage state. Killing Kazuya at 110% feels real good.
Oh, absolutely. Killing Kazuya at any percent feels good, but especially at a high percent like that. Yeah. All right, Mistral does even it up pretty quickly there, and now we are 2 stocks apiece playing Smash 4 here on Hollow Bastion.
That was my favorite stage in Smash 4.
Yeah, same. My favorite character was Kazuya.
Yeah, me too. Something's going wild out there. The crowd's getting rowdy for something, but in the meantime, these two continue to just go back and forth and swing, and we're finally starting to see Mistral get some big momentum here. This is a ginormous Kazuya combo, and just kind of continues to nickel and dime up to 100%.
Yeah, but, oh, hello. We had a big opportunity there, did ATATA. Not going to find it after the second attempt with the PK Magnet. However, 91%, and able to make it through that up smash as well. And now, again, Kazuya's off stage. Finally does land safely, does Mistral, but a ton of damage has been put on him right now. He does have the Rage Drive active, not going to need it for that stock, though.
I am shocked he was able to live and he'd be able to execute with the Rage Drive, because he was just bobbing and weaving around Ness in that ledge trap scenario. I thought with Kazuya's poor arrow drift, he was going to be dead about 4 or 5 different times, but he lived to see another day and is up a stock because of it.
All right, but another yo-yo going to be sealing out that stock. The first one going up so far we've seen. However, it's 1 stock apiece, and now ATATA has Mistral in a bad spot.
And finally, as the set goes on, he is consistently finding more and more damage. What was initially an ATATA combo video has quickly turned into classic Kazuya. So it's going to be up to ATATA to really slow this down and get back to that defensive game we saw in that game 1, where he was just really not forcing advantage at all until he got the right opening.
Yeah, what I'm really liking from Mistral here in this game number 3 is he's not preemptively swinging. A lot of the times when we saw ATATA get these huge combos, it was because Mistral attempted, you know, an Electric Wind God Fist, as you do as Kazuya, or some sort of grab where he overextended, and then ATATA was the one who punished him because of that. On this game so far, it's mostly been Mistral doing that to ATATA as we find the Electric Wind God Fist as ATATA overswung.
Yeah, it's just great adaptation coming out from Mistral on his counter pick there. As we were talking about with that, he really, as much as I thought he was going to be playing center and holding center to try to minimize being edge guarded, he was really just doing a great job of identifying his openings when he had ATATA in the corner. There was no platforms to ATATA reset to, so he was taking a quick 80% each time. And as you were saying, not swinging in bad spots and being forced off stage.
Exactly.
So when you're not being forced off stage, you're not getting edge guard, and when you're not getting edge guard, you get to play Kazuya on stage, and you get to take a lot of stocks.
And crucially, also the first game where the buffer system has not worked against him off of that yo-yo edge guard, or ledge trap, rather. Not going to be changing the platform layout, but it is going to be a bit of a scenery switch here going over to Smashville, does ATATA. He wants to close in that space, I guess, against Kazuya, which is a weird decision.
I wonder if, especially because he's so heavily relied on PK Fire, PK Fire is going to cover a lot more of the stage here, and also you can platform cancel it on that center platform if you have Kazuya in the corner, so it gives you some more flexibility to cover more of the stage safely.
Yeah, but a quick 78, you'd typically want to be
Are
extending.
we going to get the 10-piece combo? We don't need it. We don't need it.
Oh, just an electric into an up smash, and that's Mistral with a 0 to death to start off game number 4 on ATATA's counter pick.
Kazuya being such a momentum-based character where once you get a read on your opponent's defensive options, it can really go a long way. So it's going to be up to ATATA to make the adjustments and avoid these big interactions because Mistral just continues to pile on the damage every time he gets a hit.
I love how Mistral dropped through the platform during that combo to avoid the Ness get up attack and continue the combo. Mistral is playing with fire right now, and in a good way. He's playing hot.
Even when he's got the PK Fire in his face off stage, he's making it back. He's starting to play around these yo-yos a lot better, too, where he's not getting hit by them at the ledge. He's finding the timing, which means he's going to live a little longer, but he isn't going to be able to utilize that rage drive.
Yeah, this is kind of what you were mentioning when you said this is a set that you wanted to see and wanted to commentate, where how different does Mistral play to the other Kazuyas that ATATA might be more comfortable with, like Suspect and the Chicago one that I can't remember the name of.
Yeah, that's going to drive me crazy.
Same.
I'm going to open up Twitch chat, see if anyone's telling me. But in the meantime, Mistral continues to hold on to this stock. He's playing really patiently, just needs that 1-up B, and he's going to find it.
Yeah, this is a 3-stock to 1 advantage here on the part of Mistral. Not a place we've seen him so far in this set. However, ATATA able to even up those stocks quickly with an up smash. That yo-yo, again, paying dividends for ATATA.
And as this game goes on, we are seeing Mistral start to play that center stage game more and more, where he just doesn't want to put himself in a spot to get reversaled hardcore. You're up a full stock here, so you can just kind of get your damage as it comes in and get ATATA up to kill percent. But what that does mean is ATATA gets more opportunities to hit you with a down air.
Yeah, no jump there on Mistral. ATATA with a great shark and great find with that down air. ATATA evens the stocks right back up. He was, not too long ago, he was down 3 stocks to 1, and now he's evened up.
Oh, no.
Not only the stocks, but the percents. However, it could all come to an end right here on this combo. No.
But have you met Get Up Attack?
I have, actually. I like Get Up Attack.
So more often than not, you will see people using Get Up Attack just to interrupt those combos on the platforms, but that up B is not going to be able to be interrupted. And Mistral now work at yet another reverse 3-0 opportunity in a top 8 qualifier.
We didn't quite find that one with the CRB versus Arcty set. However, Mistral looking to try it himself. Again, this platform layout has done wonders for Mistral so far in this set.
Yeah, I think we went back to I think we went back to Smashville, which I'm a little surprised by. ATATA looked so comfortable on small battlefield, so I have to wonder if maybe Mistral banned it in
maybe all the
as
dual
the set went on.
Like small battlefield PS2 and Battlefield, I would think maybe, but
ATATA was doing a great job of using that just to safely start combos without having to commit to interacting with Mistral. But this is the stage that ATATA really loves against Suspect, so it makes sense that we're back here once again. But he needs to get an early lead so that way he's not at the mercy of Kazuya in his hitboxes.
Yeah, we saw ATATA almost pull off that 3-stock to 1 combat in the last game, but that's not a place you ever want to be. Even if you're like knowing you can do it, it's not. You don't want to put that stress on yourself. Ooh, good stuff there by Mistral. I don't even know what that move was.
It was the sweeping kick. It's I can't remember exactly what what the move is called, but it gives him a good amount of mobility as a really strong finisher at the end. So it's a good ledge trapping opportunity. Isn't going to find it, but he is going to find another up B. It's just not quite going to be enough yet. But a lot will kill ATATA at this point off of Kazuya.
Something else I want to point out, too, is that when Mistral was off stage there, ATATA didn't even bother throwing out the yo-yo because Mistral's done such a good job at avoiding it. no yo-yo attempt there for the second time in a row. Mistral proving that it's not a factor anymore, I don't think. Okay.
Yeah, if he recovers at certain distances, there's still an active hitbox on the Kazuya up B that stuffs out the yo-yo, so he's found that golden ticket to be able to recover if he can get to just the right spot, but wasn't able to there, and now we're down to 2 stocks apiece here in this Game 5. One of our last top 8 qualifiers here.
I believe the last one on the winner's side with 2 Palutinas and whoever won between, oh, hello! That was a big damage. Whoever won between Skyward Hero and Tasabu as well.
I believe it was Skyward Hero. No, it ended up being Tasabu that switched to, yeah, it ended up being a reverse 3-0 from the hands of Tasabu.
And Mistral looking to put a reverse 3-0 of his own right now. This is really tough position. Is able to make it backstage again through that yo-yo though.
Kazuya is angry right now, has that rage drive on deck. Really looking to make the most of this potentially to try to take this stock without having to use it. And ATATA knows it. He's playing so careful on the ledge, but not careful enough.
No, when you're presented an opportunity on a silver platter like that, you take it, even if that means utilizing the rage drive maybe before you wanted to. This is a stock, however, though, and any stock right now is all that Mistral needs. 1 stock away from a reverse 3-0 over ATATA and a potential winners semifinals matchup.
That back throw not going to kill just yet, but he does not have an air dodge. And again, doing that perfect recovery makes it so that way ATATA can't utilize that yo-yo. So he needs to find a back air. He needs to find another back throw. Mistral just holding center, making it so difficult for ATATA to really do anything, but he is going to sneak in that back air.
Back air finally able to take that stock from ATATA. That's probably the longest we've seen Mistral live this entire set. And 55%. 1 electric could be the difference here. Looking for it right there. 86 now on the Ness.
I haven't seen ATATA look this uncomfortable in a while, especially at the ledge where he's so good at reversing his opponent. But this is how you win these kind of sets. You play careful, you take your time getting back to the stage, and he is going to make his way back, and he is going to get an opening here.
This might be all ATATA needs. Mistral knows that, and just, okay, that should be it. That's a reverse 3-0 for Mistral and the pop-off.
Well earned, well deserved. And you're not used to ATATA really going for a home run when he doesn't need to there, but he felt like